What's up, girl?
Ain't nothing. This nigga in here stressing, talking that old off the wall shit again.
What?
Kentucky.
Shit?
Yeah, that dumb shit. I'm trying to get up out of here.
I hear that. But yo, you know the spot is pumping tonight.
Word? For real, where?
You know,
We're shaking, y'all.
popping the Cristal.
Not that white
It's
stuff.
Thursday,
Word, we the real niggas.
March 13th, 11:03 p.m. Eastern Time.
A young, wild, beautiful love child. You like them thug style, link rockin', the mink coppin'. Hit you on the sink, $100 drink poppin'. The had to make you take them shopping, the foul doctrine. Reminiscent of my first time up in a chick, you was innocent.
Yeah.
But now you in a dick, we're the tightest shit. Chanel looking real, airbrush nails. Hit the gym, hit the scales, haven't sit but negligent. To see your prophecy, your ebony tone is locking me. The way you moan make me daydream of you on top of me. Wishing I could be the one man, but you juggle way too many willies all in one hand. You wanna run up in clubs, getting rubbed on. Niggas pull your hair, shake your fat rear, get your fuck on. Following week, you back there, but what you stuck on? Weed clouds and cars, puffing with some little nigga. Husband not knowing she's out, could you believe Eve? Mother Earth for the seeds, niggas thirst you just let them hurt you and leave. What up, mom, frontin' like you naive? Push a man's whip, calling police when you flip, can't understand it. Yo, it should be a throne for us, but for now, that's a whole different zone from us. Word.
Diamonds all shining, looking a little fine. Pretty little face, get a little high. Young girl struggling, trying to survive. Mother of the earth, she made you and I. Just tired of playing the same old games. Messing with my mind, emotional things.
Like ISIS, she got your heart broken, felt lifeless. Grow up, girl, instead you want revenge, so now you act the nicest. To who's ever getting down to trifles, to get his mind, all you do is give him something priceless. Cousin Tom here realized the thighs is all he need, more than weed. Then you hit him off with lies and greed. There you go again, starting wars, making me more yours. Seem to get a kick out of keeping me on all fours. Face glistening, I'm addicted to you. Original wisdom body got me picturing you. Igloos of ice tricking on you. You never listen to this nigga spinning Franklins or tennis anklets. Must have had a bad deal in the past though. Can't even keep it real with a nigga with cash flow. Say men are all the same. What we need to do is break this chain. You got a job part-time in school's your night thing. With dreams to settle down, it ain't far from now. You getting interviewed, but your boss is into getting screwed. Typical day that the black girl sees. Coming home wanting more from a college degree.
Diamonds all shining, looking all fine. Pretty little face, get a little high. Young girl struggling, trying to survive. Mother of the earth, she made you and I. Just tired of playing the same old games. Messing with my mind, emotional things.
Where are you focused? All legit niggas are where the coke is. Nice and thug like niggas. Yo, you seem hopeless. Your value too much to be measured. I wonder how you could ever be played. Your pussy worth gold amounting to more than the world, but not knowing nothing about you. You leaving the crib, taking all your kids out to drop them off. Letting some nigga knock you off so hot and soft. That's the same thing that got you lost growing up. Seeing it, it should remind you being lied to. Everything that move be inside you. Sacred as you are, left with these wannabes to guide you. I watched you, hard to knock you. I try not to. They spot you, I dancing topless in your drawers. Damn, look, there goes a black girl lost.
You should be ashamed of yourself. The way you carry yourself. The way you hang out all night long. Doing sin.
Damn. Carry yourself. It's the way. Come on, man. That shit fire, man. I don't care what y'all talking about. Shout out to all the people in the building. Shout out to the 3 people in the building. Gotta go live every night, every night, every night, every night, every night. We here every night, every night. Black girl look. Black girl lost. Know what I mean? Let's get it. Let's get it, man.
Monkey Blah en sensualidad. morena. Tu piel está bacana. Clínico, ve. Manga uno lente de los grandotototes. No te hagas. El sol, la playa, un tro de vaina. 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 Te di, no te le eché, suéltame en banda y pague el hotel. Con los cuartos que me robaste del pantalón cuando me bañé. Te di, no te le eché, suéltame en banda y pague el hotel. Con los cuartos que me robaste del pantalón cuando me bañé. Tú y yo estamos en calor. Bacana, bacana. Una vaina bacana. Vaina bacana. Clínico, ve. La rompecama. La sicaria. Sal del agua, mami, que tú estás borracha. Es para contrataciones. Nico, quítame el efecto ese a la voz. Ve. Pa' que esté clara de huevo.
Man, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? We about to talk about it. A 20-year-old student of Pittsburgh University, a college in Pittsburgh, lost in DR. She actually looks Dominican. She looks Dominican. That's the scary part. She actually looks Dominican, man. Y'all gotta be careful when y'all travel. Know what I mean?
I'm leaving on unexplained. I don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do. God willing, I'm coming back to you. But baby boo, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do. God willing, I'm coming back to you.
MCs. These cats is paying more than half a pound. My garment back and snatch it down. I got the skate, but we could probably run them back in town. Scenarios like this is tear jerkers for the modern MC. I ain't a blue collar worker, cause this thing called rhyming no different from coal mining. We both on assignment to unearth the diamond. When you start climbing and them eyes start shining, you be struggling and striving and they think you prime time and maintain and keep silent. Make no an observation. It's confrontation. This is the daily operation. My concentration. Stay focused on my recitation. About to reach my destination with no pause or hesitation. Baby, make the preparation, cause this ain't no recreation. This is pro ball. And we letting you know, y'all, at the show, y'all. Doing this for dough, y'all. Get the phone call. And I'm ready to blow, y'all. About to go, y'all. Been a pleasure to know, y'all. And I'm letting you know. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know if I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man. Moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do. But inshallah, I'm coming back to you. Baby boo, I'm a traveling man. Moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do. But inshallah, I'm coming back to you. But baby boo, I'm leaving. But God willing, I'll be back home to drop these heavy ass bags up my backbone. Around the world with a catalog of rap songs. My baby girl is walking, been away for that long. But no, you haven't, well at least it's how it seemed to me. My hometown is like a whole different scenery. The old timers on the stoop leaning leisurely. The new jacks up in the park smoking greenery. Easily taken for granted when you up in it, but it's sweet sinning when you been down for a minute. Move around city limits, break them down with the vintage. The innovating, classical b-boy image. Collect the winners, cause that's the reason that we came here. This thing is not a game here. The fortune, not the fame here. From New York to the Cadillacs, Cali in the Cadillac, Chicago, know we innovate. Infiltrate Virginia State, DC make me stimulate. Philly, know we penetrate. Georgia make us generate. Let's set a date to get the pace. They celebrate to my jams in foreign lands. Even your mans in Japan know who I am. Mina son, make everybody out in the pun. Say Ichiban, they got man more where you get it from. Phenomenon, excuse me, that's a phone call. It's a show, y'all. Trying to get this dough, y'all. About to blow, y'all. Been a pleasure to know, y'all. And I'm letting you know I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know if I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man. Moving through places, space and time. I got a lot of things I got to do. But inshallah, I'm coming back to you. Baby boo, I'm a traveling man. Moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do. But God willing, I'm coming back to you. Back to you, I'm leaving.
All aboard.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man. I gotta play this and we're gonna get right into the live. I gotta play this one more track and we right into the live. Let's get it. Hit the like button. Do what you gotta do to support the channel. Cause we in DR for this one. We in DR.
Tú estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo. Estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo.
Tú estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo. Tú estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo. Cogiendo luchas con los cotumos en los callejones, capeando los hitas, los cigarros y los peñones. Menores de vaqueo arriba de las construcciones, esperando las misiones. Loco que tú no menciones, los bolsillos llenan huevos repletos de municiones. Se van a tirar la gente, ya llamaron, se supone. Corre lo que tú quieres, no acuta, no lo abandones, pa' que no venga con cotorras que se soltaron los condones. Dico un malo, 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 dico un malo.
Estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo. Estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo. Es que toditos son contrarios, con su careta puesta falta de grano. Por eso vamos a tener que cacharlo. No pasan de las 5 y 6, 7, porque ellos saben muy bien que de aquí para allá no pasan vivo en si me lo contienen el lindraje. Bueno, quiero verte trancado en la hora va la loca, no te me eches para atrás. La menor con una gilet entre la teta y si te moviste mucho diablo sales rajado. Cilindraje. Bueno, quiero verte trancado en la hora va la loca, no te me eches para atrás. La menor con una gilet entre la teta y si te moviste mucho diablo sales rajado.
Dique un malo, 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 dique un malo.
Pero pasa la Montesino, dije que son malos.
G, Darling Night, la bola blanca, el que tumba la negra.
Yao, la Mesía, 41612.
Adobe, el de la mano nerviosa. Zero Fire Record, La Vaquita, Medina Record. Si no, pregunta a Manuelcita, a ver si son de Tola. El vecino RD, bloque 6, bloque 1007, bloque Jeru, una sola red.
JB Swagger, Megativo, El Tenchi en la volanta, Frago In.
Dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo.
Get like a doggy, nigga.
So, let me let y'all know. During spring break, a young lady, a United States citizen, I thought she was Dominican. She looked Dominican. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I can't lie to you. She went missing. She went to DR, Punta Cana. Punta Cana is a touristic area. That's on the far eastern side of the island. At the tip. That's a touristic area. And it's very nice. All those resorts and everything. You're gonna run into a bunch of Americans or Europeans out there. You're gonna run into a bunch of Europeans. Those resorts out there are fire. Can't even lie to you. Those resorts are fire. And she went out there, 20 years old, went missing. I really don't know about the story. I don't know if they found her, but there's a person of interest. Hey, let's review the video. Yeah, you guys have to be careful when you go out, whether if you're a man or a woman. You don't know who you're hanging out with. You get drunk, you might find somebody who's attractive or something. She has like a rare name. She must be like Middle Eastern or East African or something. She's a beautiful girl, beautiful young lady, 20 years old, man. What a shame. And I think she was at some university or college out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right outside. Pittsburgh is right outside Ohio. Right outside Ohio. What a shame, man. A young lady gone. You know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but she went to my motherland, Dior. Be love. I love you. I did think she was Dominican. She is Indian though. She's Indian, but she's a beautiful girl, and I thought she was Dominican. I don't know. I don't know. We about to find out, be love. We about to find out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We're about to find out. So let's check this out. I know right now this is a big case. All over the internet.
Person of interest. That is what authorities are now calling the man you see here with his arm around Sudiksha Konanki in
Sudiksha Konanki. Oh man, she exotic. She's exotic. And she was with a Chad, big white boy. He was probably on the hockey team, basketball team. You know what I mean? Like a jock. She was with Zaddy, white Zaddy. Yeah, they're definitely gonna interview him. They definitely gonna interview him. And you see right here, Sin Barreras. That's a Dominican. So this was from a Dominican news. This footage they got it from a Dominican news channel, like a national news channel. That's a Dominican national news channel. Sin Banderas, Sin Barreras, Sin Banderas. Yeah. Yeah.
Person of interest. That is what authorities are now calling the man you see here with his arm around Sudiksha Konanki in this chilling surveillance video. He was the last person to see the missing American college student before she vanished as the sun came up on the beach in the Dominican Republic. This is a major twist. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Let's get to the big update that came in today involving the search for Sudiksha Konanki, the missing university.
Sudiksha Konanki. Oh, you know she exotic, boy. Well, you barely could pronounce the name.
A Pittsburgh student who was on spring break in the Dominican Republic. The man you see with his arm around Konanki in this surveillance video the night that she went missing is now a person of interest. He has been identified by law enforcement as Joshua Reby. This is according to the Loudoun County, Virginia Sheriff's Office, which is assisting in this case.
Look how pretty she is. She could almost pass as a Dominican girl. But you know, I do see the Indian in her. I see it. But she could almost pass as Dominican. I swear to God. Yeah, Royal. Yeah, Royal. Yeah, she's Indian. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. 18th letter says this reminds me of the Natalie Holloway story back in 20. Well, I don't know about that story, bro. You know what? I'm gonna pin your comment so we can look at it in a little bit. Later, we're gonna look at that story together. But yeah, pretty girl, man. Pretty girl. B-Love says I think women, Indian women are one of the prettiest. Pretty girl, man. It's unfortunate, yo. So young, yo. So young. Damn. Now, I don't know what happened. I did hear something about maybe she fell into the sea or something. Now, this is the thing about the resorts. You have access to the beach. There are security guards. If you're at the beach after a certain time, they're going to stop you, but you have access. So anybody could just go to the beach and go into the water. Anyone could. So you could be drunk and just fall right into the water. I remember the last time I was in DR in 2022. I went to a resort in Punta Cana. You know, there's a bunch of resorts in Punta Cana. And when I was there, a bunch of kids, they were in the water. It was like 1 a.m. and they're in the water, and it was like they were all either teenagers or in their early 20s, boys and girls, or females and males, and they were all like in the water having fun. You know what I'm saying? Singing, probably drunk, just having fun, being young. And I was on one of the beach chairs. I was sitting on one of the beach chairs smoking a cigar. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, look at them. And then one of the security guards of the resort came up to them with a flashlight. They were there for like a good 20, 30 minutes. And then the security guard came and kicked them out. He said, yo, it's too late. You guys can't be out here. So he kicked them out the water, and they said, yo, y'all got to get back into the resort area. Y'all can't be on the beach area. They'll allow you to be on the beach chairs, but not like on the water. That's dangerous, right? Because if anything happens to you, then the hotel is responsible, or that's not good for the hotel, for the reputation and everything. It's a scandal. You that's the last thing you want, to hundreds of people to be at your resort, and you just found out someone passed away there. So it's not so it's them young kids out there on the beach too late. Yeah, we get it. They're out there just having innocent fun, but it could have been one of those situations. Maybe she was too drunk. She decided to go out there and just got lost in the water, man, in that open water, open ocean. So, RIP to her, man, or hopefully she's still alive. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they found her body yet. I don't know what's going on, but it's unfortunate.
Konanke lived in the county just outside Washington, D.C. Here's the email I got back from the sheriff's office today naming Rebbie. It is important to note that they say this is a missing persons investigation. This is not a criminal case. And the person of interest, we do want to note, is exactly that, a person who is of interest. And in this case, this is a missing persons investigation. A person of interest is not a suspect. But let's talk about this person of interest and how they factor into this story. You can see Joshua Rebbie here. He is the person in that cutoff t-shirt. Here's a picture from a family.
Oh man, Joshua, you in trouble, my boy. Did you hit it? Did you give her a pill? Nah, probably not. He's overseas. We can't automatically say he had something to do with it. He's just a person in question, man. We can't villainize him, right? Automatically. Off of this picture, he doesn't look like a bad guy. He looks like a big dude, right? He looks like he's probably like 6'1", 6'2", probably played football or something. So we can't just automatically say, oh, this guy right here, he's the culprit. Nah, we can't do that. You have to be careful with that, okay? You can't automatically just hang people. This is not the witch trials of Salem. The Salem witch trials. So, yeah.
Family member's Facebook page, you can see what he looks like. Rebbie, also a college student. He was in the Dominican Republic on spring break.
Spring break.
My name is Josh Rebbie, and today I'll be showing you how to set up a total station.
This is a video we found posted to his YouTube account 2 years ago. We did a dive into his background, and here's what we know about him at this point. Rebbie's a senior at St. Cloud State University in Minnesota. He's a native of Rock Rapids, Iowa. In high school, he appeared to be an athlete playing football and wrestling.
Hey, see, look, I already knew he was a football player. Look, he looks like a decent kid. Fishing, football. He's in college. You know, he's living life, being a young person, man. B Love says they probably did drugs or something. She overdosed and they freaked out. I don't know. And this is crazy. Rakim said, did I read this already? You have to be careful about who you are around, who remember those. Have you seen me postcards? They used to send your mailboxes. Some of those people were missing since 1993. You know, a quick fact before I go into this again. Can you guys hear me good? Is the volume good? Am I too loud? Am I too low? Am I just right? Can you guys let me know? In prison, we those commissary prison cards, playing cards. You know what they have on those cards? On all those playing cards, they have missing people or unsolved homicides or murders or whatever, or kidnappings on those cards. I should have bought a pack and kept it for myself as memorabilia or some shit. I don't know. That's weird, but whatever. But yeah, every time we playing cards or something, we looking at dead people. Shit's crazy. People that have been missing, like Rakim said, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago, them people have been missing. John Doe, Jane Doe. Right? John Doe, Jane Doe. Shit real. Shit is real.
He graduated in 2021. Here's a video posted to his school's Facebook page where he gives advice to future graduates.
My name's Josh
And as soon as Person of Interest was put out publicly today, this story got a whole new level of attention. And even though Person of Interest grabs a lot of people's attention, we want to be clear that a person of interest is not a suspect. No charges have been filed in this case. And according to what we've heard from Dominican authorities, this case is still being investigated as an accident, though the authorities in Virginia say nothing has been ruled out as they're assisting in this investigation. Here is what Rebbie reportedly told investigators about what happened after this surveillance video shows him with Sudiksha and some of her friends going to the beach around 4:15 in the morning from their all-inclusive resort in Punta Cana. And while we have video of them going to the beach, there are not cameras on the beach, so we can't see what happens when
all-inclusive. Yeah, I'm telling you. You're gonna probably spend for the flight and hotel combo package for like 4 days and 3 nights. It'll come up to like $800-900. But you're gonna have fun. Buffet, free food, all inclusive, liquor. You got jacuzzis, you got pools, you got they got clubs, like little bars, clubs, all the drinks are free, you got the beach. These resorts are worth it. I looked at it like, oh, that's corny, that's so touristic, whatever. Nah. Going to a resort in DR is lit, man. Like, you're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna meet so many people. I really recommend anyone watching this go to a resort in DR. Save up some money, and you can have a good time. Go to DR, man. Go to DR, and it's great food, the buffet, and the pool, the beach, all the little activities you could do. And you don't have to stay at the resort the whole time. You could go explore around the surrounding city. So that way you could get that real Dominican experience. But I recommend it. Go to DR, man. Go to Dior. Go to one of these resorts. It's fun. I promise you won't regret it. You will not regret it. It's very relaxing, you know. So I don't want you guys to see stories like these and discourage you from traveling, because these are just unfortunate events. Okay.
When they get there. We know that everyone in the group went back to the hotel around 5:55 a.m., leaving Rebbie behind with Sudiksha. And according to ABC News, citing a police report, Dominican law enforcement believed that Rebbie and Sudiksha went for a swim and she was swept away by a big wave and likely drowned. And according to local Dominican media, Rebbie told police that he threw up and fell asleep on a beach chair. We don't see him return to the hotel until 9:55 later that morning. He's seen on surveillance video walking back to the hotel alone.
Wait a minute. We gotta rewind this. Hold
on the beach, so we can't see what happens when they get there. We know that everyone in the group went back to the hotel around 5:55 a.m., leaving Rebbie behind with Sudiksha. And according to ABC News, citing a police report, Dominican law enforcement believed that Rebbie and Sudiksha went for a swim and she was swept away by a big wave and likely drowned. And according to local Dominican media, Rebbie told police that he threw up and fell asleep on a beach chair. We don't see him return to the hotel until 9:55 later that morning.
Man, that's like 5 hours later. Yo, shout out to Carl Johnson, man. Carl Johnson. Shout out for you. Shout out to you for showing love, bro. Hit the Cash App.
You know who this is, man? It's your guy, Fighter Complex 7. And this is the new Cash App. $, Bocolos 7.
The old Cash App is temporarily down, but for now you can support at this Cash App. Whether if you want to boot somebody, whether if you want song requests, or just want to show love.
Hello. What do you want to scratch today? Prepare to reactivate.
Hey, yo!
So he showed up 5 hours later. Maybe he was really drunk and passed out. I don't know. That's suspect. I don't know. That's Whitler. So the whole group walked to the beach or something by themselves, and 5 hours later he's walking back. Oh man, yo! In all these stories, you know, usually in these little stories, sometimes it'll be the female friends who bodied the girl and all that, who killed the girl. Deleted. This is dangerous, man. Shout out to Carl Johnson for the song request, man. Play The Crusader, Street Life, short version. We're gonna play that soon, brother. Man.
Seen on surveillance video walking back to the hotel alone with his shirt off. Sudiksha wasn't reported missing until 4 p.m. that day. Police have found what they believe to be Sudiksha's clothing on a beach chair and have said that there's no signs of violence. Dominican media outlets citing police have raised questions about Rebbie's story. He has said that he threw up, that he fell asleep on a beach chair. But there are questions about how consistent he's been when it comes to the last time he saw Sudiksha and what she was doing, whether she was in the ocean, whether she was on the shore. And at the time of this recording, Rebbie is still in the Dominican Republic as this search continues. While ABC News has reported that Dominican police believe that Sudiksha's disappearance was an accident, that she drowned, her father, who is now in the Dominican Republic, is pushing for authorities to do more, to explore possibilities of foul play like kidnapping or
Yo, right there, yo, she looked Dominican. Damn, she's pretty, yo. She let's hope she's still alive. What a shame, man.
Abduction. He also told media that he didn't know who Rebbie was, meaning that Rebbie must have met Sudiksha while they were on spring break there at that all-inclusive resort. Sudiksha is a student at the University of Pittsburgh. Her family says that she was planning to study pre-med when she got back to Pittsburgh in the spring and then one day pursue a career in medicine. And while there are a lot of theories that are floating out there right now, we want to be clear that at this point, there has been no evidence of foul play. Dominican police have searched the beach where Sudiksha was last seen with helicopters and crews on the ground. And we do want to note that this is a beach.
Whoa. Hold on. We got to rewind this. Wait a minute. They have helicopters in Dominican Republic?
There's been no evidence.
Wait a minute.
Dominican police.
Wait a minute. They have helicopters in Dominican Republic? No. Beloved. Why are you being petty right now, Beloved? Why are you picking on me? She says, are you more focused on her background or the fact someone is missing? What you mean background? All I said is she's pretty. I never focused on, I'm not really focusing on her ethnic history or lineage. Why are you picking on me right now? You're so picking on me right now. It's not cool.
Police have searched the beach where Sudiksha was last seen with helicopters and crews on the ground. And we do want to note that this is a beach that has been dangerous. Frankly, this year it has been deadly. Earlier this year in January in Punta Cana, according to the Associated Press, 4 tourists drowned in rough sea conditions with high winds and red flag warnings. While the possibility of an accident is very much real, this story is drawing comparisons to another story of a
Rakim brought this up. Natalie Ann Holloway. You guys gotta have to remember, right? B-Love says, I'm picking on you because you didn't work out. Oh my God. Oh my God. You have to guys have to remember, right? If you're at a resort, if you're at a resort, you have access to open ocean with waves. You gotta be careful, and especially it's nighttime. Nah. So if you're gonna be in the water, do it during the day. Be at the beach during the day. That way people can see you. So that way, if you're drowning or something, so, people could yell and try to go save you. I remember the time when I was at the resort. They had something called algae. Is this natural phenomenon where it's like kind of like this rugged seaweed kind of, and it's on the surface of the ocean, all on the coast of the Caribbean, the Gulf Coast, and at that time you couldn't go and jump in the beach because it's all this algae is this. It's like seaweed. It's like hard seaweed. Algae. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You can't go in the water because it's just annoying, Algae. Okay, algae. B-Love, so you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Algae, yo, oh my God. Pronounce it like algae. Royal Rush says, I know people in Puerto Rico get kidnapped in the night so they don't stop at red lights. Is crazy. Algie. She ain't white, so this story gonna run like a week. Natalie Holloway story was ran for like 6 months. Wait. Okay, so he talking about Rakim brought it up. Rakim brought it up that the Holloway girl, that was like a story. Was that a Dior story? Rick says, yeah, PR might be more dangerous than Dior. Oh, I think it is. More guns. But United States is not going to push those news stories because PR is a United States territory. So they want people to go still and travel there. To be honest, I want to go to PR for my birthday or something. Don't get me wrong. I love Dominican Republic. But the next time I take a flight, I wanted to be PR. I wanted to be Puerto Rico. Then DR. Then after that, I'm traveling the whole fucking world, man. Let's go back to this video.
Pre-med when she got back to Pittsburgh in the spring and then one day pursue a career in medicine. And while there are a lot of theories that are floating out there right now, we want to be clear that at this point, there has been no evidence of foul play. Dominican police have searched the beach where Sudiksha was last seen with helicopters and crews on the ground. And we do want to note that this is a beach that has been dangerous. Frankly, this year, it has been deadly. Earlier this year in January in Punta Cana, according to the Associated Press, 4 tourists drowned in rough sea conditions with high winds and red flag warnings. While the possibility of an accident is very much real, this crews on the ground. And we do want to note that this is a beach that has been dangerous. Frankly, this year, it has been deadly. Earlier this year in January.
Okay, real quick. 4 tourists drowned off the eastern coast of Dominican Republic and 2 others were rescued. So this is not Dominican Republic's fault. It's those people who said, hey, there's open water. Let's just go into the water. We can't swim. Let's just go in. 4 people drowned. That's not Dominican Republic's fault. That's Mother Nature. Stop playing with Mother Nature, man. 6 people almost passed away. 2 of them were rescued. The other 4 passed. Yo, you know, and this is that's not funny at all. It's just you can't blame this on Dominican Republic. It's more on the individuals. If you know you can't swim, if you know the waves are high, and don't go in the water. I don't really fuck with the ocean like that. I like rivers more than lakes. But the reason I don't like rivers, I like rivers. The only thing, rivers have currents, strong currents. Stronger currents than the ocean. And they have stronger currents, but oceans have crazier waves, but rivers have crazy current. In lakes, you better not drown in the lake, motherfucker. I don't know, man. You just have to make sure that when you around water, you have people who are around you that actually care for you and love you. Because if you are missing for like 30 seconds, they're gonna be turning around like, hold on, where's Fighter Complex at? Where's Fighter? And they're gonna try to look for you. You have to have people that are around you that care for you. or if you know you're not that a good swimmer, just put your toes in the sand and the water. Don't go into the water anything past your belly button. Yeah. We're gonna treat this shit like a kiddie ride. Don't go in the water past your belly button, bro. Cause I don't want you to pass away. I don't want you to be gone. I don't want no RIP post. I don't want a funeral for you because you thought you was a great symbol. Nigga, you're not Michael Phelps, nigga. Please, yo. Please, please, please. Please, man. Please, man. Be careful when you're in that water, man. I want you to stay alive. I want you alive. Be careful around the water. Mother Nature is a mother effer. Okay?
January in Punta Cana, according to the Associated Press, 4 tourists drowned in rough sea conditions with high winds and red flag warnings. While the possibility of an accident is very much real, this story is drawing comparisons to another story of a missing American student, Natalie Holloway, who in 2005 went missing in Aruba while on a trip after her high school graduation. The prime suspect in that story was Dutch.
So it wasn't in DR, but it was in the Caribbean, in Aruba. And the main suspect was this nigga. So this nigga obviously been in prison before, because look at the picture they wanted to use. Crazy work. I was gonna do a whole nother live about this topic, but guess what? They covering it right here. Rakim, let me find out you snitched on this nigga, man. Huh? Let me find out, boy. Let me find out, boy. Yo, this is crazy. This shit crazy.
National Joran Vandersloot, a very notorious name now 20 years later. He was never charged with her murder and she was never found, but he was convicted of a separate murder in Peru in 2012 and then pleaded guilty to wire fraud and extortion related to the Holloway case in 2023. The stories that we cover here at
Whoa. How you gonna just brush over that? So nigga, how much time did he do? No. Okay, he wasn't convicted for that, but he was convicted for a murder in Peru for wire fraud. Whoa. What you mean wire fraud? He just skipped out mad details. We want to know all the details, man. What the fuck you mean? How can you just skip through that? I hate when they do that. They just skip through the facts. So there was wire fraud, but did he get time for the wire fraud or did he do time in Peru? Niggas don't get locked up in Peru for wire fraud, bro. Let's keep it honest. For a body, yeah, but not for wire fraud. Nah.
Law and Crime proved that life is unpredictable and having a great attorney matters. And that's where we bring in our partner and sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is a law firm with more than 1,000 attorneys with a history of winning. Just in the last few months, they were able to secure a $9.6 million verdict for a car crash victim.
Look at this nigga. Oh, look at me with my little promo and sponsorship. Fuck you, white boy. That's what I want. I want sponsorships on this channel. Hit the like button, hit the super chat, hit the cash app, nigga. Hit the like button. Yo, y'all motherfuckers don't even like to hit the like button or hit the share button to your cousins and your friends. Because I want more people on my channel.
In Florida, $5.6 million for a car accident victim in Atlanta, and $1.8 million in Kentucky.
We don't care.
And in that case, the insurance company was only going to offer $5,000. So even if you don't think your case is worth millions of dollars, why not file a claim and fight for what you deserve? Morgan & Morgan truly makes it easy to file a claim. You can do it with just 8 easy clicks on your phone. So if you're injured You can start to file a claim at forthepeople.com/OTC or click the link in the comments.
Wow.
Joining us now to talk about this case in the Dominican Republic is TJ Ward, a private investigator who was hired by the family of Natalee Holloway.
Look at this nigga. Don't he look like Colonel Sanders? Popeye's nigga, huh? KFC head ass boy. Looking like motherfucking was the Eddie Murphy movie? Dr. Doolittle? Is that Dr. Doolittle? No. The KFC boy. Colonel Sanders, nigga. Yo, who are you, bro? This nigga got the bow tie on. Is correct with the suspenders. I would not hire him as a lawyer. I'm not gonna lie. If we went to the law firm, his office, and this nigga show up, I'm gonna tell my people, yo, let's get out of here. Yo, if I see him, yo, baby, family, let's get out of here. No. Let's go home. Let's go home. Tomorrow we go somewhere else. If I see this motherfucker, no fucking way. No fucking way. Nigga, you should be selling fried chicken, nigga. Sell me some fried chicken, boy. Oh shit.
When she went missing in Aruba in 2005. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to be with us as we look into this case in the Caribbean. News of the day is that this person, Josh Reeby, who she was last seen with, is now considered a person of interest, according to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office in Virginia. What does that tell you about this investigation and where it could go next?
Well, knowing he was the last person that was with her, seen her, knew about her, I find it a little interesting that he apparently he said he got sick when they both got in the ocean, and he came out and apparently passed out, and he got up. It was several hours before he even noted anybody that they couldn't find her or wherever she was, and then he claims that she must have drowned in the ocean. So they apparently have found some of her clothes, and so I got some reservations that something's not right with him, and that's why they probably named him a person of interest to keep bringing him in or see if his story changes or he updates and hopefully finally gives, if he is involved, tells them exactly what happened or where they can find her.
Yeah, he not a suspect at this point. No charges have been filed at the time of this recording, but a person of interest. Over the weekend, she goes missing on Thursday, and then over the weekend, the reports come out that the Dominican police believe that this was a drowning, or that's the likely incident that happened. That
look at that freeze frame for y'all. Damn. Yo, I think when it's an attractive person, when an attractive person dies, people care more. People care more. Listen to what I'm telling you. When an attractive person dies, I think and I believe honestly that people care more. Damn.
it was an accident. What did you make of the timeline that investigators had in putting that information out to the media?
Well, I got a problem with them thinking it may be a drowning. I think we have a person that knows or was with her, and there's evidence he was with her at 4:30 in the morning, and he continues the story to say they got into the water, the waves, it was rough, and then she said he thinks he may have drowned, but the timeline of getting authorities involved or letting somebody know that she was missing is a little offset with me. I mean, I would keep looking at him, and I believe that's why law enforcement has named him a person of interest, to keep looking at him, because he was the last person apparently that was with her.
And you have experience when it comes to following these investigations when it takes place in another country. And in this case, you have, from what Dominican officials have told members of the media, is that they believe it was an accidental drowning. And now you have the Loudoun County, Virginia Sheriff's Office saying that though it is still a missing persons case, that this person, Josh Reeby, who was also at the hotel, that he's a person of interest. The fact that you have kind of U.S. officials saying one thing, Dominican officials saying the other, what does that tell you about how this investigation is going thus far?
Well, the goodness of this case is the FBI is involved now. And I believe there's several agents there, or their teams of looking for missing persons is there with them. So I believe, and not taking control of the investigation, because obviously it's their country, their case, the FBI.
Damn.
Is there with them. So I believe. And
damn. You see that right there? That makes me sad. Nice picture of her. And they even have the phone number. They have a Dominican area code. $25.3. Brown eyes, black hair. Last seen wearing a brown two-piece bikini. Big round earrings. Metal designer anklet on the right leg. Yellow and steel bracelets on the right hand. Multicolored beaded bracelet on the left hand. Please help. Sudiksha. At the Rio República Resort. Rio. Shit, I feel like when tragedies like this happen at a resort, the prices go down a little bit. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but damn, y'all, this is crazy, man.
And not taking control of the investigation, because obviously it's their country, their case. The FBI has volunteered to come in here, probably from the resources, and the sheriff up in Virginia, who probably recommend contacting the FBI and getting them there. So the due diligence of the FBI and the resources that they have is a little bit different than probably what they do on the island. I experienced that when I was in Aruba. One of the things that I did when I got into Aruba was to find somebody locally that knew everybody, that could speak their language, and take him with me in the course of my investigation, and let him be able to help me, tell me who was, where was, and where we need to go and look. And so it was a great help, and I paid him to stay on board with me, to work with me when I was in Aruba.
When I look at some of the details that have been given out thus far, and it's hard because a lot of it has come through different media reports, but you have this person of interest who says, you know, before the sun comes out, it's very early in the morning or late at night, because they were out that late, and that he had been drinking. This is an all-inclusive resort. It stands out to me that he remembers that he threw up, and then reportedly threw up, and then falls asleep on a bench, but doesn't seem to be able to remember where she was, whether it was on the shore, whether she was in water. And then there was the report that she got swept away by a wave. What do you make of that he can seem to remember what he did, but not necessarily what she did?
Well, again, look at the timeline from the time that he apparently woke up, or from him being passed out, till the time that he made contact with somebody to tell them he can't find her and she may be missing. Then he goes into the story about maybe she's drowned because we were in the ocean and the waves were real strong and the red flags were up and so on and so forth. But he's adding to his story. I mean, there's another video, you can see him walking back later in the afternoon without his shirt and his shoes. So where are they from the time he came from the beach? And did he lose them, take them off? Who knows? That needs to be looked at too. But being a person of interest, they have somebody that concerns them, that may be somebody that has more information or may end up being charged. Who knows? But if he knows something, he needs to be truthful, especially with the FBI, because they can get involved now and enhance the situation. So I think it's a good thing for them being there to assist the authorities locally, because they have the resources and the tools to be able to work these type of cases.
And you've worked obviously notably with Natalee Holloway's family, but what is this family going through right now? I mean, it's impossible to imagine unless you're in those shoes of trying to find out what happened to your daughter. But what is the day-to-day like for this family, as I know the mom and the dad are in the Dominican Republic as this search is continuing?
Well, they're frantic. I mean, their thoughts, and I know the father has said something, maybe she's been kidnapped, maybe she's been sent to a sex trade camp or something. There's an alert that was put out some time ago by the government in the United States about traveling to the Dominican Republic, and there's issues there. There's robberies, rapes, armed robberies, people being assaulted, so on and so forth. So these young kids that go off to these islands because of the freedom, being able to drink, party, do whatever they want, they're not thinking about what the end result could be when somebody else is watching them. And this is what happened to Natalee. She had ecstasy apparently put in her drink at a bar. She was extremely intoxicated and met these guys and turn around and go off with them. And look what's happened. She's, we still don't know the full story about what happened to Natalee Holloway. We know what Vandersloot said in the course of his 20-year sentence he got in Birmingham, and then taking a polygraph with the FBI. But there may be more to the story than we actually know.
Yeah, and it's unclear, obviously, what happened. I mean, the surveillance video only shows what's happening at the resort, doesn't show what happened on the beach. At this point, we don't know of any evidence of any kind of foul play. But even if there isn't foul play, I think of this person of interest was with her. If he says that he saw her get swept away, or it somehow was planted in the area or placed, he's right there when it happens. From a civil standpoint, could the family sue his family, sue him because he was there when she disappeared?
Good possibility. Could be a civil act.
Oh, here we go. Look what Roberto just said. I don't know if you guys went to go see this video, but I have to show y'all. This video is on my channel. Now he trying to say that's her cousin. Let me show you. Hold on.
I bit my finger during August or during that month. Did you bite
This is a
anybody's finger?
certified hood classic.
Yeah. You bite my finger?
Yeah.
You say you want to fight, you said?
No, I was saying, you want to fight or go to the police station?
Oh, I want to fight. You want to fight? Let's go right now.
Huh?
Want to fight? You want to fight? Let's go right now. You want to fight?
I was just asking, why did you want to fight me and bite my finger?
Yo, get the fuck out of here.
Did you bite my finger?
I'm going to give you 5 seconds to walk away.
Did you bite my finger, yes or no?
I'm going to give you 5 seconds to walk away.
I'm asking you a question.
5, 4.
Police, can you please help out? Police, can you please?
I'm going to get out the car and I'm going to whoop your ass. Get out of here.
Did you bite my finger? Police, please help out.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Look, buddy. Did you bite my finger?
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold up. Don't play with me, buddy. Did you bite my finger? I got police statement.
Yo, get out of here, man. I don't know you, bro. I don't know you. Get the fuck out of here.
You didn't bite my finger or nothing.
Did you bite my finger? I don't even know that guy. I don't think. No. No, guys, I did not bite his finger. I don't know him. Yo, that's New York City for you, Tom Lakers. That's a New York City Indian for you. Aki hood as hell. Aki is so hood. Oh man, so yeah, that wasn't her cousin or her brother, nothing. Roberto, yo, stop playing with me, boy. Roberto, stop playing with me. Rick says some Indians are thorough though. Yeah, but he was a weirdo. I've never seen him a day in my life. Super says, son, I deal with schizos like that every day while I work. Yeah, he's something wrong with him. Don't worry. This summer, all summer, I'm gonna bring your elite footage like that. New York footage. New York City footage. Stay tuned, yo. Super, I met a tough Indian. Well, he was Pakistani. Actually, the guy that I know that he was real tough, he was Pakistani, not Indian. But it's like same shit, basically. Indian and Pakistani is like the same shit.
But also, to go back just a few steps, sure. You know that the resort apparently had a power failure. The camera stopped working. There was all kind of problems with this resort right when it apparently transpired. So that's rolling against them too. They may have an action against the resort. I mean, she was a guest there, and they apparently had an obligation to watch over her too, also. So, and along with the last person to be seen with them. But I think still early on, I think they're still going to probably target in on him and see if the story changes or stays the same or whatever before they take any other thoughts about her drowning or whatever. So, I mean, it's still early, but luckily they got on this case when they did. I wish the family would have responded back to me and I could have been there on their behalf to help them. And I know they're from, I believe they're from India. And I think the Indian consulate's also involved with this too.
What up, Dante?
And along with the chief of the sheriff up in Virginia. So, I mean, she's got resources of people standing behind them, but it's a frantic moment to know that your daughter's missing and having to be there and don't know what may pop up or what may, if they do find her or whatever, it's going to be a tragic situation.
Yeah. And it's, just again, I just keep thinking of those parents and what, each hour must be like without news of what happened. If you were to interview this person of interest, what is your line of questioning to try to get to the root of what happened? Because I'm sure part of his, what he would say is that, I mean, he was so drunk, he got sick. He can't really remember what happened that night.
Again, I would love to be able to get the audio from his interview with law enforcement and use the voice analysis on it. And I would be able to tell you whether he's being truthful or untruthful or he knows something else. I would be able to see that in this test.
Can you use that in a court of law? Is that something that would work in a trial?
No, you can't use it no more than a polygraph, but I can tell you it's a good resource for law enforcement to see it's what's going on. And then it will take them to a next step of where they might need to talk about or where they need to go. It's a investigative focus tool for law enforcement. It can't be used no more than a polygraph, but it's a great tool to be able to use to enhance law enforcement's investigation.
And again, there's no evidence at this point of foul play, but if there were, is it just Dominican laws that would apply to this case, though you were dealing potentially, obviously, with a person who was a U.S. resident and U.S. college kids?
Well, if he lies to the FBI, there could be charges. There could be charges. You lie to an FBI agent, and it may apply in another country also. And I know in Aruba, there's been other people who's gone.
If you lie to the FBI, you're fucked. So fuck the law. Yo, that's basically what he's saying. If you lie to the FBI, you're fucked, nigga. Because they're going to break the rules and they'll do whatever to lock your ass up. Damn. Damn. Shit. I hope that girl's still alive, yo. For his sake and her sake and the family's sake.
Missing, and the FBI's got involved, and the FBI's brought charges against people. Somebody on a cruise ship, that may have happened. A cruise ship comes in there if something happens. So it's just a matter of if the federal law is going to be able to apply in that country, and the authorities in Dominican Republic are going to stand or bring their charges. Look at the charges that no charges were brought against Vandersloot, and he's now admitted something. He did something to her in Aruba. There's a statute of limitations for murder in Aruba. Luckily that he got caught up, not for the family. Luckily for the family in Peru, from what happened. But nevertheless, he's got 28 years to serve in Peru before he has to come serve his 20 years in the federal penitentiary in Alabama.
And while there are similarities from this case involving Sudiksha and the Natalee Holloway case, because you have young people from the United States who go to an island for vacation and then they disappear. So there are differences if this ends up being a case of an accidental drowning compared to what Natalee Holloway is reported to have gone through. Even with that said, so many years later, almost 20 years after she went missing, what are some of the lessons from that story that can be applied when you think of people who are going on vacation, especially young people, to places like Aruba or the Dominican Republic?
Anytime they travel outside the country to another country where laws in the U.S. don't apply, they need to be aware of safety measures, who could be there. I mean, the Dominican Republic, again, as I told you earlier, has got problems with rape, robberies, murders, and so on and so forth. And it's been put on notice by the U.S. about traveling to this location. But these young people get this mindset of going and being able to party, drink, and all, and they're not worried about their safety at this point. And now we step back and we see it, that I see, and when this happened, I just flashback come to me about what transpired in Aruba at the beginning. The exact same thing. And so we're here again in another country, and there's an American missing. So these young people need to understand even this is a problem. And the problem for the Dominican Republic is, again, like it was in Aruba, was tourism. All the media was there on top of this case in Aruba, and they had to bring somebody in just to handle the tourism with people traveling from the U.S. coming to share the island. And the same thing that they're going to suffer here because of having somebody missing from the U.S. And apparently, but this person of interest, they're going to stay on top of, and I'm sure they're going to interview him numerous times and other people that knew and was around her, the friends that traveled with her, and see if something new comes up in the course of their investigation.
And I know the Dominican, police are working hard. I haven't heard a lot of criticism of how they've put their search efforts forward. But I'm curious, when it came to Aruba, was there a difference when the media really started paying attention to the authorities in Aruba with how they handled the investigation?
Oh, every media outlet from the U.S. was in Aruba immediately. I mean, they were watching everything that was going on in Aruba like a hawk. I mean, all the way from who was there was a problem. And there may be more people involved with the Aruba matter. I mean, I know there's things still being looked at, and I understand the second chief of police is now gone in Aruba, and it may be reflected because of what happened in the Natalee Holloway case. There's still a lot of questions, even after Vandersloot told his story, that there's things that happened going on that need to be looked at, even 20 years later. Some things weren't handled right.
And just my last question is, what is it about these stories? And obviously it's someone missing, you want them to be returned, but whether it's Natalee Holloway, whether it's the story we're following right now with Sudishka out of the Dominican Republic, what is it about these stories that seem to get so much attention when they happen?
Because a family is missing a loved one, and it's a big priority, huge priority. And look at the Americans in Gaza that are they've been put on notice. They need to release everybody or there's going to be problems. I mean, there's Americans missing. And, we have a little different, I believe, angle and a little different thought about people, and the American media they take up on these type of cases. And I could not believe how much media was in Aruba when this one transpired. I mean, it went on for a very long time. I went from network to network to network when I was in Aruba working. I mean, it's just incredible talking about telling a story, and hopefully somebody would come forward and tell what really happened.
Yeah, and
that's
hopefully,
the key. And that's the key for law enforcement here, and that's why the FBI is involved, to find new evidence and to help the authorities there uncover this case and find this girl. We need to find this girl. The time's going on. If she's drowned, if the guy knows she's drowned, he needs to come forth and tell the truth. He needs for the sake of the family. I mean, this is traumatic to lose your child. Traumatic. And
I can't imagine.
I experienced it with my thoughts and with my son that overdosed with heroin. So I know what it feels like to lose a family member, especially a young one. And mine was 31 years old. And I knew he had drug problems, and I thought he was going to get over it. But ironically, he didn't, and put the drugs back in the system, and he died.
I know that's something that never leaves you. And I know for, just thinking of this family and sorry for your loss, TJ, and thinking of this family and what they're, probably going through every hour. It's hard to imagine. You hope that they can get some sense of closure. You still hold on to hope that there could be a positive ending to this story.
Yep, they find their daughter. I hope they do.
Yeah.
I hope they find her alive.
We'll continue to follow this story from the Dominican Republic. And private investigator TJ Ward, thank you for taking the time to be with us here on Law and Crime. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Look forward to helping you again.
We will continue to keep a close eye on this story in the Dominican Republic. For On the Case, presented by Law and Crime, I'm Chris Stewart. We'll see you next time.
Damn, man. That's tough right there, yo. Shout out to Carl Johnson, my boy Jagard, for the song request right here, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. Song requests are $7. Hit the Cash App or the Super Chat support. Even if you send $1, that's cool. Song requests are $7 though. I'm gonna drop the link if anyone want to join. Come on, man. Let's get it, man. Come on.
And there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, until you play your life away. You let the people see just who you wanna be. And every night you shine, just like a superstar. That's how the life is played. A tempting masquerade. You dress, you walk, you talk. You're who you think you are. Street life, you can run away from time. Street life, for a nickel or a dime. Street life, but you better not get old. Street life, or you're gonna feel the cold. There's always love for sale, a grown-up fairy tale. Prince Charming always smiles behind a silver spoon. And if you keep it young, the song is always there's no place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, until you play your life away.
Hit that like button. I dropped the link. Anyone want to join in? Should I continue the live? Or should I end it? Y'all let me know. That was an interesting story. I'm not gonna lie. We don't know what's going on with this girl. Y'all let me know. Should I continue the live? Should I should I end it right here? Hit me with a cash app. Hit me with a super chat. Hop on the panel. It's late. I could go to sleep. Y'all let me know. Let me know. This is classic FBA music. Classic FBA music. Can't even lie to you, man. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to. I'll end it right now. I'm a little tired. Can't even hold you. Can't even hold you.
Yeah. Yo, what time the plane leaving? Alright. See you at the airport.
I'm leaving on the next plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do, but God willing, I'm coming back to you. But baby boo, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do, but God willing, I'm coming back to you. But baby boo, I'm leaving. We'll go ahead and leave the call heard around the world from the wise of MCs. These cats is paying more than half a pound. I'm going back and snatch it down. I got the skate, but we could probably run them back in town. Scenarios like this is tear jerkers for the modern MC. I ain't a blue collar worker, cause this thing called rhyming no different from coal mining. We both on assignment to unearth the diamond. When you start climbing and them eyes start shining, you be struggling and striving and they think you prime time and maintain and keep silent. Make no an observation, it's confrontation. This is the daily operation. My concentration, stay focused on my recitation. About to reach my destination with no pause or hesitation. Baby, make the preparation, cause this ain't no recreation. This is pro ball, and we letting you know, y'all, at the show, y'all. Doing this for dough, y'all. Get the phone call, and I'm ready to blow, y'all. About to go, y'all. Been a pleasure to know, y'all. And I'm letting you know I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know if I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do, but inshallah I'm coming back to you. Baby boo, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do, but inshallah I'm coming back to you. Baby boo, I'm leaving. But God willing, I'll be back home to drop these heavy ass bags up my backbone. Around the world with the catalog of rap songs. My baby girl is walking, been away for that long. But no, you haven't, well at least it's how it seemed to me. My hometown is like a whole different scenery. The old timers on the stoop leaning leisurely. The new jacks up in the park smoking greenery. Easily taken for granted when you up in it, but it's sweet sinning when you been down for a minute. Move around city limits, break them down with the vintage. The innovating classical B-boy image. Collect the winners, cause
just the reason that we came here. This thing is not a game here. The fortune, not the fame here. From New York to the Cadillacs, Cali in the Cadillac, Chicago, know we innovate, infiltrate Virginia State. DC make me stimulate, Philly know we penetrate, Georgia make us generate. Let's sedate to get the pace. They celebrate on my jams in foreign lands. Even your mans in Japan know who I am. Mina son, make everybody out in the pond say Ichiban. They got man, but where you get it from? Phenomenon. Excuse me, that's a phone call. It's a show, y'all. Trying to get this dough, y'all. About to blow, y'all. Been a pleasure to know y'all. And I'm letting you know I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know if I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. I got a lot of things I got to do, but inshallah I'm coming back to you, baby boo. I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time. Got a lot of things I got to do, but God willing I'm coming back to you, back to you. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I guess we out of here, man. Shout out to Marcus, but I guess we out of here. Nobody send a super chat or cash app or hit the link. They'll hop on the panel. So we out of here. I'll give a continuation to this story soon once we get significant updates. And yeah, let's pray for her, man. Let's hope the best for her. But it is late, and I'm about to be out of here. Shout out to all the viewers, to my contributors, to my donators, to the viewership. Listen, guys, just subscribe and share my channel to your friends. That way my channel could grow. And that's all I want. I just want my channel to grow. That way I could bring y'all better content. That's all. I want to bring entertainment. That's what I thrive for. Bring entertainment. But yeah, I guess we out of here.
Born alone, die alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone, die alone.
Oh man. Rakim hit me with a cash app last minute. This nigga.
You know who this is, man? It's your guy, Fighter Complex 7. And this is the new cash app. By the sign, Bocolos 7.
The old cash app is temporarily down, but for now you can support at this cash app. Whether if you want to boot somebody, whether if you want song requests or just want to show love.
Hello. What do you want to scratch today? Prepare to reactivate.
Hey yo!
Rakim is the victory lap, right? Ra fucking Kim, man. You came right in, right on time, because I was about to hit the end stream button, boy. I was about to hit the end stream button, boy. Fucking rock him, man. Victory lap, right? This nigga. This Kentucky Fried Chicken eating motherfucker. I'm leaving. I'll be back to you. I'm leaving. I'll be back to you. Eat watermelon. Watermelon is scrumptious. I love watermelon. I don't know about y'all, but me love watermelon. Shout out to Rakim.
I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it. No kidding. Breaking down a switch in front of your building. Sitting on the steps, feeling no feelings. Last night it was a cold killing. You gotta keep the devil in his hole. But you know how it goes. I'm front line every time it's sold. 100 proof flow, run and shoot pro. 458 drop, playing bulletproof soul. Every few shows, I just buy some new gold. Circle got smaller, everybody can't go. Downtown Diamond District, jewelers like yo. Hustle, holla at me, I got Cubans on the low. Through the Cancun, smoking Cubans on the boat. Then dock that Tulum just to smoke. Look, listening to music at the Mayan ruins. True devotion on the bluest ocean. Cruising, my cultural influence, even revolution. I'm integrated vertically, I blew it. They tell me hustle, dumb it down, you might confuse me. This ain't that weirdo rap you motherfuckers choose to. I'm a urban legend, South Central in a certain section. Can't express how I curb detectives. Guesses, evidence of a divine presence. Blessings, held me down at times I seem reckless. Effort, got an L but got an E for effort. Stretched it, dropped him off in the Mojave Desert, then left it. Ain't no answer to these trick questions. Money making nip, straighten out my jewelry on my dresser. Well known, flick up in jail clothes. Snatch a champagne bottle from Rico's till T-shows. Whatever, playing chess, not checkers. 38 special for you clever. See bro, you ain't living down by the street code. Been through all these motions up and down like a seesaw. I can never view you as my equal. Fuck, I wanna hear your CD phone. I'm finna take it there. This time around, I'ma make it clear. Spoke some things into the universe and they appear. I say it's worth it, I won't say it's fair. Find your purpose or you wasting there. Though y'all scared. Eyes open, I can see it clear. They don't make them bar none, they don't make them real. They don't make it where I'm from, they don't take it here. They ain't seeing due time, I be making meals. Bossed up in this game, I've been making deals. Get your lawyer on the phone, we can make it real. I got checks and balance, I flex dramatic. Another 50 on my neck, it's my reckless habit. Ain't no on my rap, disrespect the savage. I make one phone call and the rest get handled. It's just another front step with candles. No message from the set, we accept your challenge.
All right, so this is another video that same channel has about her. Just because of that donation, I'm gonna keep it live for a little bit longer, maybe like another 5 minutes. But let's see what they're talking about.
Involved in the search for Sudiksha Konanki, the missing 20-year-old college student who vanished on spring break in the Dominican Republic. It's been more than a week now since she was last seen. From the clothes that were found to the person of interest in this case, we'll tell you the 5 key pieces of evidence we believe investigators are looking at as they try to piece together this puzzle. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Nothing has been ruled out at this point in the search for missing.
Just letting y'all know it's on fast forward. You know, that way I can speed the shit up, know what I mean?
College students.
And for copyright purposes.
Sudiksha Konanki in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. We know that Dominican authorities are leading this investigation, but U.S. law enforcement is involved as well, including the FBI. Let's take a look at some of the evidence that we know at this point. Perhaps the biggest piece of evidence is this surveillance video, which was first obtained by Dominican TV network Noticias SIN. It shows Konanki with friends going to the beach at 4:15 in the morning on Thursday, March 6th. She wouldn't be seen again after she left the view of cameras. There were no cameras aimed at the beach itself. In the video are her friends and that man with his arm around her. That person now considered a person of interest by investigators in this missing persons case. We'll talk more about him in just a minute. The video shows Konanki's friends returning to the hotel at 5:55 in the morning, leaving her and that person of interest behind. It's unclear what the entire group did during that roughly hour and a half they were at the beach and what they saw Sudiksha doing as they left the beach to head back to the hotel and what they told her. The next part of the video brings us to our person of interest. His name, identified by the Loudoun County, Virginia Sheriff's Office, is Josh Reeby. Here he is returning to the hotel by himself later that morning at 9:55 a.m. He is the last person to see Sudiksha. He was with her on the beach alone. Now that term, person of interest, that was put out by the Loudoun County, Virginia Sheriff's Office, which is right outside Washington, D.C. This is where Sudiksha's family lives. They're assisting in this investigation. Now, while the term person of interest may perk your ears up a bit, may have you thinking that this case could be more than just a missing person search, we can't be more clear that this is not a criminal case. It is a missing persons investigation, and Reeby is not a suspect. No charges have been filed, and to this point, we have not seen evidence that suggests foul play, though nothing has been ruled out. We do know that Reeby has been interviewed extensively, and it is believed that he is still in the Dominican Republic as this search continues. What we know about Josh Reeby, he's a native of a small town in Iowa and a student at St. Cloud State University in Minnesota. It's unclear what he told investigators, but Reeby has reportedly said that he and Sudiksha stayed behind to go for a swim. He then threw up and passed out on a beach chair. ABC News reported that investigators in the Dominican Republic think that Sudiksha was swept away by a wave and drowned, and this investigation is being looked at as an accident. But local Dominican media has also said that police have raised questions about what Reeby told them in his accounts of the final moments. ABC News reported that investigators in the Dominican Republic think that Sudiksha was swept away by a wave and drowned. But local Dominican media have said that police have raised questions about Reeby's accounts of the final moments that he saw Sudiksha. It's unclear if he saw her in the water, how deep that water was, or that she was on the shore. As the sheriff in Virginia made Reeby's name public this week, and now if you search person of interest on an internet search engine, his name comes up, his family back in Iowa is standing by his side and pushing back on any speculation that he might have had something to do with Sudiksha's disappearance. His aunt told the Daily Mail that Reeby, quote, wouldn't hurt a fly. A Reeby neighbor in Iowa told the Daily Mail, quote, I bet my life on it, Josh did not hurt that girl. That neighbor also said, quote, if he was drunk, as I've read, that was not the smartest thing to do, but he's in college on spring break. There is no way he would have hurt the girl. As police have interviewed Reeby as well as Sudiksha's friends, they have continued to search the beach where she was last seen. Here's video of some of the helicopters that have been flying overhead of the Punta Cana beach in hopes of finding clues. And one clue that we do know that search crews were able to find was Sudiksha's clothes on a beach chair. It's been reported that there was no sign of foul play or violence related to where those clothes were located. What was not found with those clothes was Sudiksha's cell phone or her wallet. Now, those were apparently taken by Sudiksha's friends who were last seen heading back to the hotel just before 6 o'clock in the morning. We know that Sudiksha traveled to the Dominican Republic with a group of friends for spring break. Sudiksha's dad, who's now in the DR to help with this search for his daughter, told DC media outlet WTOP that he finds it somewhat odd that his daughter would give up her phone since she always has it on her. Investigators have also questioned the friends seen on video heading back to the hotel, leaving Sudiksha behind with Reeby. It is unclear what they told investigators, but they have not been named persons of interest in this search like Reeby has. The final element to this story that we want to bring up has to do with the hotel itself. The name of the resort that Sudiksha and her friends traveled to is the Rio Republica. This is the kind of hotel that thrives on spring break, students offering budget vacation packages that promise all you can drink and eat during your stay, with access to the beach. The front page of the Riu website, the company operates hotels across the world, has a deal for Punta Cana right now for around $90 a night. That includes 24-hour access to alcohol and food. It's unclear whether Konanki and friends were warned about going to the beach in darkness, especially after at least Ribi was intoxicated. It's unclear at this point if Konanki was intoxicated and to what level. But this beach in Punta Cana is known to be dangerous. Earlier this year in January, 3 tourists drowned and 1 was missing, according to the media outlet Dominican Today. The group was from Europe and they were staying at that same resort that Konanki would travel to with her friends for spring break. Another storyline related to the resort is the week that Konanki went missing, there was a power outage.
Yesterday, I got back from the worst all-inclusive experience I've ever had.
TikTok user Mel the Stallion 6 posted this nearly 6-minute video saying that her stay at the resort was a, quote, horror story. Now, this post now has more than 860 comments on TikTok. She says that she arrived at the hotel on March 3rd. That is 3 days before Konanki went missing on the 6th. She said the hotel was overcrowded, and that was just one of the issues. The power also went out.
The power went off around 3 a.m., but only for around 10 minutes, so we thought it would be an isolated event. The next morning, we woke up to no running water, but eventually it did come back on. Later that night around 1 a.m., the power went out again. Leaving us with nothing to do, we decided to go night swimming again. Night swimming was fine, but when it was time for us to leave, we discovered that my friend's purse was stolen, which included her wallet and our room key.
When she says she went night swimming, it is unclear whether she meant in a pool or in the ocean like Konanki did with her friends before she went missing. The hotel did release a statement in response to the concerns about that power outage and whether it had any impact on Sudiksha's disappearance. It reads that the power outage happened prior to her disappearance and that the power was back on at the time she went missing. The statement also reads, quote, Riu staff acted appropriately upon being notified of the disappearance, fulfilling their duty to inform the authorities, with whom, as expected, cooperation has been absolute. Riu is also fully committed to offering any support that the young woman's family may require during these difficult days. Everyone at Riu shares their pain, and our thoughts and prayers are with Sudiksha C. Konanki and her family, end quote. At the time of this recording, there are no signs of foul play or charges filed, but Konanki's dad has called for investigators to expand their search to include the possibility of kidnapping or abduction, but there's been no proof to this point reported that supports those theories. Join me now to talk more about the search for this missing girl is Bobby Chacon, retired FBI agent, also a former underwater search and recovery team lead for the FBI for 19 years. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. A great person to talk to as this story is getting so much attention. We know that the Dominican authorities are leading this investigation, but the FBI is also involved. What role is the FBI playing in this?
Well, it's probably our liaison to the Caribbean. So the FBI has offices all around the world, including in the Bahamas and neighboring countries that can offer assistance. The FBI's role here is to basically assist in any way possible. So we bring everything you can think of to bear that the FBI has at its disposal. So if they need investigators, if they need polygraph examiners, if they need, a dive team, if they need, anything else that you can think of that the FBI does domestically, we can, offer that assistance to the authorities in the Dominican Republic because of the relationship that we have with them.
For you, as someone who's investigated many cases over your career, what sticks out to you at this point, as it is still a missing persons case? There's a person of interest. It's not a criminal investigation, but what sticks out to you?
Well, obviously the similarities to past cases we had, like the Natalee Holloway case in Aruba, stick out. What sticks out about this particular case, though, is that there is a lack of any kind of physical evidence on the beach. And so, I think authorities are taking the right approach in kind of giving equal merit to both the possibility of foul play and the possibility that this was a drowning. And so they're doing both of those things at the same time, which I think is a good tack to take. I think that's the way you have to approach this right now. But what sticks out to me is there's no blood, there's no broken chairs, there's nothing there to indicate there was any kind of struggle on that beach that night.
Now that this person who she was last seen with, who was also a college student from Iowa, staying at this resort, the Loudoun County, Virginia sheriff has called him a person of interest, not a suspect, but a person of interest in a missing persons investigation, not a criminal investigation. How should people perceive that title? Because I do think when you see person of interest, the public will look and say, wait a second, maybe there's something more here than just someone who drowned.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the Loudoun County's involvement to this point, and there's no crime in Loudoun County. That there's no actually reason for them to be making those kind of statements. I think from what I heard, they backed off that one a little bit because that does bring with it the connotation of suspect. But even if you try to say he's a person of interest, but he's not a suspect, people will automatically think he's a suspect.
Right.
But think of it this way: a person of interest could be a witness. If you have if you had a video and you didn't have the person's identification, you go, oh, this person is a potential witness. He's a person of interest. He has an interest. We have an interest in talking to him. And so right now, I think the title of person of interest to that individual really needs to go away. He's right now a witness until he's proven otherwise. And like he's, I don't know, I'm not familiar with the Dominican Republic system of laws, but in our country, we have the presumption of innocence. So no one should be labeled, a suspect or certainly a defendant until, you have some kind of evidence that would indicate they're involved in a crime. And, in this case, there is none, other than the fact that he was the last person seen with her. But his story or his explanation has merit, and there's no reason to believe he's lying about that. I'm sure the FBI has sent leads probably back to his hometown and his school in Iowa to interview friends and family and things like that to see what kind of person he is, what kind of history he has. But there's no reason at this point to disbelieve anything he said. And his story, his version of events is supported by, the very little physical evidence that we have. Again, there's no evidence of foul play on the beach. Her sarong, I think, was found on a neighboring lounge chair where he was claimed to be sleeping. He was drunk that night. He admits it. They all were probably drinking pretty heavily on spring break, and they got into the water and it was dark, and if a rogue wave came and knocked them down, and he was too drunk to provide assistance, he crawled out of the water, he threw up, he passed out in the lounge chair, he wakes up and she's gone. There's nothing to indicate that didn't happen. And so until that point, he, in my mind, and I think should be labeled as just a witness in this case, and that's what he is, and that's the way he should be treated.
Yeah, because and I know we've said in our reporting, like the source of this comes from the sheriff's office where her family lives outside Washington, D.C., but the FBI hasn't said it. Dominican authorities haven't said it. One challenge has been a lot of the reporting has come through media outlets of Dominican sources talking to me, and you're trying to piece together what you're hearing. From an investigative standpoint, when you have so many different agencies involved and everybody's trying to help, how do you navigate that? Where certainly you have an agency that's the lead, but then also I think of the resources of the FBI that are available, and then you might have a small sheriff's office locally talking about the case. How do you navigate all of that when you're part of the investigation trying to figure out what's going on?
Well, as an investigator, I would hope and I would ask that my supervisors and my chain of command up above me kind of focus on that, and I can tell them, can you do this or do that while I look at the investigation? Can you handle the media and the public relations end of it? We have, public information officers and specialists that do that kind of stuff. And, why Loudoun County sent actually detectives to the Dominican Republic, I have no idea. Their services, the Dominicans have enough help right now. And so you do have this kind of reporting that's kind of getting people, spun up. And it's unfortunate because that doesn't need to happen right now. As an investigator, I always wanted to have, as little as possible being let out for my investigation, because all of that kind of spurs rumors, spurs conspiracy, spurs all these other things. Before I can run down a piece of evidence or a rumor or a lead, if that lead gets out without me running it down and actually saying, what, it kind of looked like something, but we figured out it was nothing. But if it gets out while it could be something, then people run with it on the internet, and you get all these conspiracy theories, and you get people, and it's bothersome for the family, and sometimes it's troublesome for the investigation.
Yeah, and to your point, the headline will be person of interest, and we can give the disclaimer of not a suspect, this and that. But yeah, people take a run with it, and that's just kind of the world that we live in. From the search standpoint, because you were in many ways the lead diver for the FBI for almost 2 decades. And this is a search that we've seen helicopters above the water. We've seen divers go in the water searching for any sort of clues. How do you approach that part of it, knowing that you're dealing with an ocean that can be very powerful? Reportedly, the waves were powerful that night that she went swimming. How do you approach that search?
Well, first of all, I think I wouldn't put divers in the water right now. I think it's too soon. You don't have enough of an idea of a finite search area. So I always like to narrow my search area as possible as I could, because anytime you put divers in the water, you're kind of putting them in harm's way. And there's no sense of putting divers in harm's way if you don't have a definitive idea of the finite search area. And that any kind of ocean search, and particularly one in the surf zone. And the surf zone, is where these waves come crashing down and pull sand in and pull sand out over and over again. Things move there all the time. If you've ever gone to the beach and put your foot in the sand and let the water just wash over it, in just a few seconds and a few waves, your foot is buried in sand. And so you have to realize that's happening all day long, all night long. And so things move around in the ocean. So they're doing it right by using the air, using drones, using helicopters. If you see that water, it's crystal clear. And so you can see a lot under that water without actually going in it. And so now I think what they need to do is expand outward, on the beaches further and further away from the resort to see if her body washes in or got caught up on something. Because that's the only thing that's going to aid in finding her now if she's in the water, is if her body got caught up on something. If she got pulled out to sea, and I don't know the currents. I know you're between the Atlantic Ocean on the north and the Caribbean Sea on the south. And then you've got, they're on the eastern point of the island of the Dominican Republic, and then San Juan and Puerto Rico's over here. So you have this kind of channel there. But if she got pulled out into the ocean, if the body got pulled out into the ocean, if she's in fact in the water, then you're talking about she could be in a lot of different places, very far from where she went into the water. Salt water does amazingly destructive things to a human body very quickly. And then you have marine life and predation upon, the weakening tissues of the body. And so you start to get that decomposition and consumption of the body fairly quickly. So it's unknown whether or not, if she's in that water, how far she is and what condition the body might be in.
And with that, I know this might be hard to put a number on it, but it has now been a week since she was last seen. And there's been questions of, I know her dad, who you just can't imagine what that family's going through and searching for hope and holding on to hope that, they can get closure or perhaps a happy ending to this story in some way. But I think her dad raised the question of, well, why hasn't her body washed ashore? It would have washed ashore had it been a drowning. How likely is it that a body, after someone gets pulled out to the ocean, might actually wind up on shore? I know you've searched through in your career, lakes and the ocean. And I just think of just those waves and how disruptive a rip current can be if that's what happened. Just in your experience, how likely is it that a body would actually just show up on shore again?
Well, it does happen, and it could happen. But the fact that it didn't is not a definitive indication that she's not in the water. I know people will get on there, and people supposedly experts in the water, and they'll say a body does this and a body does that. But let me tell you, every case is different. Every body of water is different. Even the same body of water at different times of the year, things act differently in it. So you can't really make any general assumptions about that. And so I think that you just have to keep searching. The fact that she hasn't washed up, it's maybe a slight indication that she might not be in the water, but it's certainly not. To me, it would not rule it out at all. And I would still spend a lot of resources in looking up and down that beach and looking out from the shoreline out as much as you can before you lose sight from the air. Because as it gets deeper and deeper, and if there's anything that a body can get caught on, a reef, a wreck, whatever, then you might focus your search on that. But other than that, the fact that she hasn't washed ashore or a body hasn't washed ashore, to me, is not a strong indicator that she didn't go in the water.
If you were to cast a radius on what the search area would look like in the water, just in your experience, how large of an area would we be talking a week after if she did go into the water that divers would actually have to look through to try and figure out where she is?
Well, you'd have to look at currents that are predominant in that area, and I would defer to like a local fisherman or people who really know those waters, know the tides, know the currents and stuff like that. And I would say and we've gone as far as putting a mannequin, a clothed mannequin into the water and watched where it went. And so you can do things like that to kind of, know the general area of where a body might have floated. And so I would defer to a local expert on, what the tides and the currents are and the storm systems that were in the area at the time. And then you can extrapolate that out, maybe you want to go a mile more in this direction than that direction. So it can give you some general intelligence as to where your focus should be, but they should be, I would think at least a mile in each direction from that point, if not more, if so in the direction where somebody tells you generally things float out that way or generally things float out that way. I would search even more in that direction. But certainly at a minimum, you'd probably want to be, a couple thousand yards in each direction, and longer in the direction where you think the currents and the tides might have taken her.
From images I've seen, I know that this resort is still open. People are still going to the beach, and I've seen images where people are, you have people who have been searching the area, but then you also still have tourists, which is kind of an odd combination. In your experience, when you're doing an investigation in a place like that, what is that like, where you have people that are there on vacation, but then also you have this very important job to do in a place where you do want to preserve evidence?
Yeah, for us, we just have to keep focused on our job, and then again, rely on other people. If I was there doing the water thing, I would ask the Dominican Republic to kind of provide police officers to kind of keep any public out of the search area where we're going. It's hard when you have that big a search area. You can't keep it off limits to people or boaters or vacationers and things like that. Nor do you need to, because remember, if the body's in the water and it's moving and you find it, there's not going to be much evidence in that particular area, other than where you find the body and other than the body itself. As it moves through the water. But the majority of any kind of physical evidence is going to be back at that beach and the area where she entered the water. And so I'm not as concerned with loss of evidence or something like that. If she washes up, you would hope that no one would touch the body and would call the police right away, and you cordon off that area. And then you do your, you do your crime scene search of the body right there, in the sand. If it's found in the water, obviously you take it out of the water. If she's found in the water, you take her out of the water and you hand it over to the appropriate medical examiner or the coroner and do it like that. But yeah, it's difficult. in areas where you have the public intermingling in, what potentially is a crime scene. But I think, like I said, the crime scene is going to be confined to that area beach right outside the resort where the one witness says that they were together and then they both went into the water and when he came out of the water. Remember, in this area, I think in January of this year, you had 4 tourists get taken by a rogue wave and they were found. But it's not uncommon. So, I mean, these resorts and at least the people that live there and work there kind of know this area and that these things do happen there.
With the FBI investigating, you're obviously dealing with, I know she was a permanent U.S. resident. The others involved is certainly a person of interest. He's an American citizen. And again, this is still a missing persons case. But would this be a case that only Dominican laws apply to because it happened in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I think pretty much. I mean, there are certain laws the U.S. has passed in the last few years where if an American citizen is harmed overseas through like a terrorist event, we can charge people back here in the United States. We have what's called venue. But for a general crime like this, allegedly, if it's a crime, it would be handled by the Dominican Republic system of justice, their court systems. That's who, and that's why we are not a lead agency. The FBI is there simply to provide assistance in any way we can to help them. Because it is an American citizen, we are as comfortable dedicating our U.S. resources to this case because the victim is an American. But as far as the crime itself, it would be handled by the local criminal justice system there because it's not. I don't think it's covered by one of the laws that we've previously passed in the last few years, nor, those laws are always subject to the treaties you have with foreign nations because they're a sovereign country. So, they don't have to abide by anything that, we see. We could pass a law that says you can be tried in this country for a crime committed overseas, but that crime would still be the main responsibility of the host country. And they would have every right to, seek, criminal prosecution against that person, put them in their own jails or whatever. But usually we have treaties with these countries that everybody agrees to. If this is what happens, then this is the avenue and the mechanism that'll be dealt with. But in this particular case, since I don't think it's covered by one of those more recent.
So basically they're saying that DRs will collaborate with them if they find substantial evidence to be able to convict someone. Yeah. I mean, DRs in conjunction. A lot of these Latin American countries, they're in conjunction with the United States, so they're not going to disagree or say nay to certain stipulations that the United States wants to put on these certain individuals who happen to be American citizens. Yeah, like places like DR, they're gonna give them the go ahead. They're gonna give them the green light because they also believe in justice too. So they're gonna say, yeah, charge this nigga with this foul shit that they did, or this foul individual,
terrorism laws that's been passed. I think the case would lay in the Dominican Republic.
And then just lastly, if now we're at more than a week, if she is not recovered, if there's no evidence of a crime that comes forward, there's just no true developments in what people have uncovered as the search continues. How long could this go for until the authorities kind of reach that conclusion again that maybe they thought about as it happened, that it was a drowning and that's just the conclusion that they've come to?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the worst case scenario here. Is the unfortunate part is if her body got out to sea and it's never found, obviously then the family never knows, and then those lingering questions will always exist. But and you won't ever have enough for criminal prosecution, and you won't really ever know if definitively if she actually drowned and stuff. So at some point, you hope for the family's sake that in one way or another, I mean, the tragedy will always remain, but in one way or another, if she's found, you get to those answers, because other than that, otherwise, with the rumors of human trafficking and all these other things, the family is going to have those lingering questions, those lingering doubts, and so I think that the authorities in those cases, because that's the situation, you try to do everything you can, and you try to throw all the resources you can at it, and show the family that you're doing everything you can, and to their satisfaction. And then at some point, you have to go, okay, we're going to put this what we call pending inactive, where there's no more activity to take on it, but it's not closed. It's going to be pending another lead that develops, pending another witness that comes forward, pending something else that washes up on the shoreline, whatever that thing is that can, reinvigorate the investigation. But it's placed, after a while, it's placed in a pending inactive status, just because there's nothing more to do in the case. You've interviewed all the witnesses, you've searched every place you could possibly search, and then at some point you have to say, okay, we've done all we can. Now we just have to kind of place it into this, inactive status.
Yeah, and it's that certainly would be the worst case scenario, and we'll continue to follow the story in hopes that is not what actually happens. But the search continues in the Dominican Republic. Bobby Chacon, retired FBI agent, thank you for taking the time to be with us on Law and Crime. We really appreciate your perspective.
Thanks, Chris.
This is a story that has a lot of interest. We will continue to follow it. For On the Case, presented by Law and Crime, I'm Chris Stewart. We'll see you next time.
Crying tonight because another child has been killed.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Either way it goes, shorty shooting like he crazy. Little trigger finger itching like Danzel. Wrist so little they be slipping out the handcuffs. Got all the old heads paranoid. Gonna be a beast, better kill him while he's still a boy. Imagine facing off with a young killer. Imagine. Okay, well I was faced off with something sicker. Up my gun, shorty up one quicker. Got to cock it back, little dumb nigga. Damn, he's about to let it ride. Should I whack this little motherfucker or should I let it slide? Spray his ass like pesticide. Beat the fuck up and leave shorty left to die. God bless the man who brave enough to test a hand. Cause everybody don't live to see a second chance. God bless the man who's strong enough to test a hand. Cause everybody don't live to see a second chance. He won't live to see a second chance. Shit, the next time ain't gon' second guess nowadays. Ain't got shit to lose. Same old game, it's a different set of rules. Shorty off a pill, walk around with the move. The only thing changed is the faces on the news. Shorties nowadays ain't got shit to lose. Same old game, it's a different set of rules.
Shout out to Rakim for the song request, man. I'm about to end the live. I'm dead tired.
Wildin' off for hitters and some value. Got a bunch of bodies, 16 and counting. Soon as he hit the deck, they gon' collect on the bounty. But he ain't worried cause he bout to do 30. Feeling like he 40, jumped off the porch early. Mama was a dope fiend, daddy was a hustler. He ain't want around cause he was robbing all the customers. So we tried to get his grandma to raise him. No matter how hard she prayed, still couldn't save. Tag walking around with a chip on his shoulder, 15, and his chick pushing twins in the stroller. Damn, crazy, babies raising babies. OG saying this ain't nothing like the 80s. Now he feeling like he ain't got shit to lose. Ready for whatever, cause it is a different set of
Shorties
rules.
nowadays ain't got shit to lose. Same old game, it's a different set of rules. Shorty off a pill, walk around with the move. The only thing changed is the faces on the news. Shorties nowadays ain't got shit to lose. Same old game, it's a different set of rules. Shorty off a pill, walk around with the move. The only thing changed is the faces on the news. The faces on the news.
The family of 14-year-old says they're in a lot of pain tonight and they're asking for prayer. Where we're told the freshman was an honor student and an all-around good kid. He would have been celebrating his 15th birthday next month when police say rival gangs took out their guns and started shooting at each other. This was hit a couple of times and a 20-year-old man was also hit by a bullet. Witnesses say there were at least 50 to 75 high school students on
Damn.
This is Bogus Boy TV.
Damn, let's lighten the mood, man. Yo, man, all right, I'm not even gonna say RIP, man. Hopefully that young lady is still good and still alive. You know, that's what we're hoping for. Hopefully she got kidnapped and escaped or something, you know. That's what we hoping for. But let's lighten the mood.
Está vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo. Está vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo.
Tú estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo. Tú estás vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo, dique un malo. Dique un malo, 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 dique un malo. Cogiendo lucha
borracha, con los costumes en los callejones, capeando los hitas, los cigarros y los peñones, menores de vaqueo arriba de las construcciones, esperando las misiones, loco que tú no menciones, los bolsillos llenos de huevos repletos de municiones, se van a tirar la gente, ya llamaron se supone, corre lo que tú quieres, no acuta, no lo abandones, para que no vengan con cotorras que se soltaron los condones, dicum malo, 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 dicum
Está vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo. Está vivo pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo, pa' contarlo. Un malo, dico un malo, dico un malo. Que toditos son contrarios, con su careta puesta falta de grano. Por eso vamos a tener que cacharlo. No pasan de las 5 y 6, 7, porque ellos saben muy bien que de aquí para allá no pasan vivo encima lo contienen el lindraje. Bueno, quiero verte trancado en la hora va la loca, no te me eches para atrás. La menor con una gilet entre la teta y si te moviste mucho diablo sales rajado. Cilindraje. Bueno, quiero verte trancado en la hora va la loca, no te me eches para atrás. La menor con una gilet entre la teta y si te moviste mucho diablo sales rajado.
Dique un malo, 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 dique un malo.
Pero pasa la Montespino, dice que son malos.
G, Darling Night, la bola blanca, el que tumba la negra.
Yao, la Mesía, 41612.
Adobe, el de la mano nerviosa. Zero Fire Record, La Vaquita, Medina Record. Si no, pregunta a Manuelcita, a ver si son de Tola. El vecino RD, bloque 6, bloque 1007, bloque 0, una sola red.
JB Swagger, Megadivo, el Tenchi en la volanta, Frago In.
What up, Hassan? What's shaking, Hassan? What up? Super says, how did you get the video? I can't find that on YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram, and I might let you know, nigga. Man, it was a good live, y'all. Shout out to everyone that came through. Shout out to Rakim for showing love. Rakim, yeah, I think, yeah, Rakim, you the sponsor of this show. Shout out to Rakim, you heard? Know what I mean? Hit the like button. It's past 1 o'clock. I have to be up in a few hours. Shout out to all you guys that come through, show love, and show your admiration. I want to act brand new. How am I acting brand new? You a dirty Dominican degenerate. Fuck you, Marcus. You Mexican. You fucking. He's a Mexican coon. He doesn't even want to acknowledge his country. He said, "Oh, I'm American." Fucking coon. Mexican coon. How am I acting brand new? I'm not acting brand new, nigga. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll tell you how I got it. Maybe, I spoke to her. Like the girl, the black girl in that video. I spoke to her. But yo, guys, all jokes aside, it's late, man. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I just gotta think of a good topic, but I'm definitely gonna go live tomorrow. So, guys, stay tuned for that. I had fun. I definitely had fun with you guys all week. This weekend, I'm definitely gonna try to go. I'm gonna do like long lives, like 8-hour lives, like 2 8-hour lives or something. So I'm gonna pull a full shift on y'all niggas. Know what I mean? Every week I'm trying to do 20 hours. 20 hour shifts on YouTube. So, I appreciate you guys for the likes, for the viewerships, for sharing it, telling your people, yo, come over here, go watch this guy's channel, subscribe. I appreciate all of that. Send me $1. You send me $1, that's appreciated. But yeah, I'm trying to get back in the flow of YouTube, and it's starting to get fun for me again. I just love covering these certain topics. Yeah, hopefully that, I don't even want to say RIP to that young lady that's lost in Dior. Hopefully she got kidnapped and somehow she escaped, and someone will be able to help her. Hopefully, hopefully that's what happens, So yeah, let's hope that young lady is okay and not, didn't pass on and transition into the next phase. But hey, I appreciate everyone that came through and showed me love. Tomorrow, man, yeah, Mexican Tether Baby. Tether Baby, Mexican Tether, you taco eating motherfucker. You asada, you're not invited to the asada, nigga. You heard? You're not invited to the asada, nigga. Peace.
Born alone, die alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone, die alone.
All alone in this wilderness. Who could figure life as ill as this? My vision's blurred from gorillas, mist, gun sprays. Trays left a portion of my crew in graves. Niggas that were true in ways unknown to these dudes today. Intelligence kept us all away from state evidence, cause it's evident this world is control on dead presidents. Never hesitant, I'm soulless, filled with coldness. Born to uphold this, till I'm left dead from oldness.
Born alone, die